This story is terrifying because it involves ghosts, but also because of what it could mean for the future of virtual reality. It comes from a Reddit user named Echo Master 3000 IM, working with a tech company to develop a new type of noise-canceling headphones. The way our prototype works is that we send out a low-frequency sound wave at a specific range to cancel out surrounding noises. It's similar to how Bose and Apple's new headphones work. But recently, we discovered something really freaky. When we were testing the headphones, my colleague and I were in a small room by ourselves. I had earbuds in and was listening to music through them, while he worked on some code in silence. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang, followed by a raspy voice saying, "Get out," which I assumed was directed at my colleague. I told him what I heard, but he said he hadn't made any noise and he didn't hear anything. I thought it must have been a one-off, like a stray electrical wire or something. But then a few days later, I was working late in the office by myself and I started hearing things again. At first it was just footsteps pacing back and forth outside the room. Then I heard whispers and voices seemingly coming from inside the walls. And then the most terrifying voice I've ever heard, a woman screaming, "Help me, please," right next to my ear. I ripped the buds out, heart racing, and the sound stopped. When I put them back in, the music faded and all I could hear was the voice repeating, "Help me, please, help me." I ran out of the room in tears. When I told my colleague about it, he told me to try putting the buds back in and seeing if I could hear anything else. So I did. As soon as they were in my ears, I heard the woman's voice say, "Don't trust him, he'll hurt you," followed by the sound of footsteps again. My colleague and I checked the wiring and the room next door, and there was nothing there. No one had been in the room for weeks. After that, we tried playing different types of music and white noise to see if we could block it out, but it only seemed to make it worse. It was like the more sound we played, the more the voices got louder. We ended up scrapping those headphones and starting over from scratch. And now whenever I use my new set, I always keep an eye on the door. That last part is the most terrifying. Imagine if instead of a ghost, it was your future self trying to warn you. In 2019, a user posted a similar story about hearing their future self's voice when using noise-canceling headphones. They titled it "Future Warning." In it, they described hearing a voice that sounded exactly like theirs, saying, "Don't do it, don't go there, turn around, run away." Terrified, they took off the headphones and looked around. All they saw was their reflection in a nearby puddle. Startled, they ran home, convinced they'd just avoided a terrible fate. If this story is true, it might explain why some people report strange premonitions before an accident. Maybe it's their future selves reaching out to them from just beyond the veil of the stream. But there's another possibility. One Reddit user theorized that the ghost story is actually an urban legend used to scare people away from certain products. If you think about it, it makes sense. A product that allows you to hear whispers and voices no matter where you go would be incredibly creepy. And it would get even worse when you consider the possibility that those whispers could be coming from alternate dimensions, or from ghosts who have crossed over into ours. That explains why some people hear voices and others don't. It's like the old adage, belief is key. If you believe you're being followed by a ghost, then you will hear its footsteps behind you. But let's not discount the possibility that these are actually time travelers from the future. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'm the host,